of everything.
Show me in the natural world where life comes from, not life.
We can.
How does that answer the how does that answer the point that I made?
But because life is extremely complex biochemistry, and
Where's it come from?
processes.
We don't know, so that's what we say.
We don't. You can't just say that we don't know. We actually do
He's
know
just
a lot of it.
admitted that you
Well,
don't
most
know
of it
it
has been verified.
exists.
We have. Would we
that's
call it
what
theory or a
science is, to
hypothesis?
So
find
let's now we can demonstrate in the laboratory numerous processes that get to the origin of life. We actually can and have
But that's
already.
life. Is a man alive? He's doing that.
What?
I've just asked you a question. Show me in the natural world where life comes from non-life.
Right, and I just said
you
we
just
can.
said in the laboratory. Now, when that scientist
'cause
goes into the
when you're
laboratory, does
looking
the
at-
experiments, is that man alive?
When you're looking at microorganisms, it's good to be in a laboratory because you have microscopes.
Show me in the natural world where life comes
Okay,
from non-life.
show me over here a microbe. Point one out to me. You can't
I'm
point
not good on
out. Are you
science.
sure? I'm sure there's a microbe around here
That's
somewhere.
matter, isn't it? That's matter.
I said
now,
microbe.
If you read
Nothing
Do
is
you have a? Is there a
unstable.
microbe here?
Can't
Can you see
exist.
one? No.
Nothing
You need to be in a
can't
laboratory.
exist.
If
where
you
we have
look at
microscopes.
Genesis, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. So we have time and matter right there.
If you're going
It's
to be
right there.
filming this, can we get a better
Say this.
person
No, it's a debate.
You're going to be around for the day.
for a bit? Yeah.
Stand up to the challenge.
Like I said, sir, they can't show me in the natural world where life comes from non-life.
What challenge?
Now, just because you dismiss it. Right?
Yes, you
Listen
dismiss
now,
it
now,
because
stick
it's
up here.
we.
No, may I say something? Right?
Please.
Right, just in an intellectual discourse, right? The man is making a point, right? I would say that it is also a valid point. Your point there, whereby, right?
Can
I
you
have
tell
to say
me
that-
what valid point he's making?
No, may I speak? Right?
Absolutely.
Right? Yes, it is
Amen.
right. So that it is not you that dominates the discussion, so that we have free speech.
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
So,
Right?
you said he was making a valid point.
But may I speak?
If I'm asking you to say things, then yes, you can definitely speak.
No. I'm not under your instruction. This is called this is free speech.
Amen.
Okay. Let me know when you're done with your free speech because I got a question you have to answer.
No. Without being facetious or being rude. Okay? Common civility. Right? Right? No. So, right? Whether you agree with the gentleman's point or not, his point is well made. He has shown civility as he has not insulted you and he has not abused you. He has a fair point. Your
Can you
point
tell me
whereby-
what his point is?
Now, hear what? No, I'm making an objective observation.
Right, so please tell me what your observation
Can we
is.
get on? Can we get on?
No.
I want to know what the observation is. What was his point?
Your question there, right?
get on with the answer,
a valid question. Wait, may
My
I
question
address
is
it?
not, what was
No,
his
no,
point?
no,
It's not a
no,
valid
hear
question.
what-
You're saying there's no life being shown in the natural world.
No,
Is that
let
your
me
point?
speak. Brother, I will go on
Life
the
comes
camera.
from life. You come from your mum and dad.
Yeah.
We all go back to Adam and Eve. Now,
No, we
look,
don't.
Let me
No,
explain.
no,
let him
He's
finish.
not. He's not letting me finish it.
I'm sorry,
you don't- no,
it's
you
just
don't let him-
wrong.
What
We don't
they're
go back to
saying
Adam and
is-
Eve.
What proof do you have that we came from Adam and Eve? Where is the proof?
The word of God.
You don't have the word of God. You have the word of
Let me
ignorant,
explain
bigoted,
this.
superstitious savages who obviously had no idea what they were talking
They're
about,
saying-
and that's
We know
why the
from
Bible's wrong about
science,
everything.
It's clear
Can I just finish
that we
it? You don't
evolved
let me
out of
finish.
lower life forms.
You haven't.
That's
Can I?
clear.
Show me in the natural world where life at the beginning. I used to watch these programs. What they're saying is we were bacteria in a mud pool.
Nope, it's not
Okay?
like that.
We were then fish, then
That
we
was
came from
ages ago.
fishing.
That
Hold
was
on.
ages
No,
ago.
that's not
Hold
even.
on,
That's not
hold
even
on.
right. That's so wrong.
Show
it's not
me
even
in
wrong.
the natural world where life comes from non-life.
All right, I'll do
They're
it.
saying there was nothing.
No, nobody's saying there was nothing.
nobody's saying that.
Nobody said
No.
that.
Yes,
No,
no.
nobody said that.
Nobody's
They're
saying
saying
that.
it's a big bang.
No.
A rock.
There's no
Nope.
such thing as a
May I-
nothing.
may I
Nope.
say something,
We're not
sir?
There's
saying
no
that.
such thing as a
Sir,
nothing.
sir,
There's no such thing
sir,
as a
may
nothing.
I say something?
Please, again.
Okay, right. Now, again, right, without the argument becoming into an argument of confrontation and competitiveness and ego, right?
Why's he always pointing at me when he says ego?
No, excuse me, if I may.
Because
right?
you know things
Okay,
that they
no,
don't,
no,
so
no,
that
no,
goes.
he wouldn't know. No, excuse me. No. What do you know? What I know? And
I
what
don't know,
know.
but so far.
No.
You're
you-
arrogant
you-
because
No,
you're
he
an
won't.
atheist.
No,
That's what it is.
excuse me.
Listen about
No,
being
excuse me
your
1 second, right? No, brother, may I respond
But
to you?
there is no
May I
such
re-
thing
no,
as
no.
a nothing.
Stop being rude. No, it is right because
I'm just
guess
gonna
what?
wander off
No,
and
he
not
wouldn't.
involved.
I have not been able to make one single point, so I'm going to make a point here, now, right? Brother, I may not agree with what you're saying, and I may not agree with what you're saying, but remember, you have the right to say what you're saying, right? Every religion, right, has its own cosmogony, its own belief system about how the world came into being, okay? And that is described in myth and symbolism, okay? That's the birth of civilization itself, right? Now, all I'm saying is, right, yes, which is right, as you're not
The
a
Bible's right.
No, 1 second, right? No, if you wish to say that, if you wish to say that, I'm not going to disagree with you. Guess what? I'm not in thorough agreement with that, but guess what? You have your opinion, okay? Just like you have his
The truth
opinion,
will make you free.
right? Indeed, right? And we're not Philistines here.
You don't
that
have
we
the truth.
right?
Because you don't have the facts. The truth is what the facts
So
are.
all I'm saying is right is this, right? And here what now? The final word I would say, yes, right. You don't have to believe in Darwinist theory, right?
Yeah, but if you look
because
at
guess
Darwin,
what? Because Darwinist theory
you
is
just
a racist
mentioned
theory.
You
No, it
mentioned
isn't.
Darwin. Now,
I want to challenge you on that. No, it isn't. I've proved that it is. No, it absolutely is not. Now, come here. Come here. You just made a false statement. I can prove it wrong right here.
Amen, brother. There.
No, it is not, and I can prove it if you come right here. It is not, but you know that I must be right because you're afraid to engage me. Come on.
Can I mention this side of me?
Right. Read A.N. Wilson.
Can I mention this side? If you're then saying we come
read
from
somebody?
monkeys,
That's really your
you would
argument?
trust
Nobody
the
said we come
mind
from-
of a monkey.
No, read Darwin. It's definitely not racist.
Because that's where all the bloody Nazi theory came from.
No, it isn't.
Right? And they called it
Why did
social
Hitler
Darwinism.
ban all of
And-
Darwin's
and-
books?
And, and they called it social Darwinism, right? In order to
Because
hide
of
the fact-
Herbert Spencer, who was an
because,
economist.
Because it's a racist theory.
It's not a racist
Because,
theory.
The natural
And
conclusion.
the Nazis
the
didn't
racist-
get it from there.
The racist, right? The conclusions, right? That you draw from, that racists draw from Darwinism, are a natural
Racists
progression.
generally don't
from
believe
that.
in Darwinism.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't. The
It's a racist
KKK
theory.
are entirely
Oh,
creationist
fuck,
Christians.
The KKK are massive intellectuals. I know that. Sorry.
So the point is that
He wants to say that Darwinism is racist. Why? Because he says so. Because he has no idea what he's talking about.
Darwinism isn't racist, it's just incomplete.
Well, he was never racist at all.
I mean, I'm for racism, so I don't care if he was racist. Right?
oh yeah, this guy is a racist. He's proud of it.
No, I'm much worse than that.
You're much worse than that.
I'm a supremacist. Yeah.
You're a pretend racist.
He believes different races.
No, but
are
Darwin-
more
That's the funny thing.
misunderstand
Darwin
Darwin.
didn't believe in supremacy.
But Darwin has already been refuted in the sense that Darwinism and evolutionary biology is incomplete, not wrong, because there's not enough time in the universe.
So if it's not
it's
wrong,
incomplete. It's not wrong, it's incomplete.
so it hasn't been refuted.
No, it's incomplete. It's
Okay,
refuted.
like every other scientific
Yeah,
theory.
because if you run the math.
So like atomic theory, is atomic theory complete?
Yeah, but I mean this loosely, so just to
Is
carry on the
theory of
conversation.
gravity complete?
Okay, just to carry on the conversation, I'm just saying, so if you look at the first refutation came from Stuart Kaufman and people at the Santa Fe
Wait,
Institute.
the first refutation of a thing that's never been refuted?
Let's try to make this sensible, right? So what I'm saying,
Yeah,
if you
that's
look at
what I'm trying to
Darwinism, if you look at Darwinism, what is Darwinism saying? That there's only two processes: natural selection and mutation.
Well,
if you run-
there's more than that.
Yeah, but if you run those two processes, there's not enough time in the universe.
There's not enough time.
for those to be sufficient to give us the complexity.
4 billion years is
Yeah,
not
but
enough time.
It's not enough.
For
we're saying
things that
nothing
have a
wrong with it.
generation of days, there's
but
not enough time.
No, exactly. So are you familiar with Stuart Kaufman's work?
No, I've never heard of
He's
it.
the world's leading evolutionary biologist at the Santa Fe Institute. So he's the youngest
At the
recipient
Santa Rita Institute.
of the
Okay,
Santa
well,
Fe Institute.
Who?
Do you know the Santa Fe Institute?
The Santa Fe is it? No, and I'm looking for relevance here. Why is it that evolution now, right now, today, is the foundation of modern biology? And
I'm not
the
against
worldwide
evolution.
scientific community, which I'm familiar with, have never mentioned this refutation that they're
It's not
convinced doesn't happen.
It's not a refutation. What I'm saying is,
Well, then why did you call it a refutation?
So what I'm saying is, it's a sufficient thing that we need evolution. I'm not arguing against anti-evolution.
Yeah, do you know what a theory is? No, of course not. Please come over here. I'll tell you what a theory is.
1 second, right? Oh, this is what I would like to say, right? Please do not insult me.
Did I insult
No,
this man?
No. You just said, oh, you do not know what a theory is.
You demonstrated that you
No,
don't know what a theory
I
is.
didn't demonstrate
Yes, you did.
nothing.
You
No,
said
I
it was a
didn't.
theory presented as a fact. This
Yes.
demonstrates that you don't know what a theory is.
A
Because
theory
every
is a-
theory
it's a
is
concept.
atomic theory a
No,
fact.
a theory is a concept.
Yeah, what is
It's a concept, right? Right, a concept.
It
So
has
what
a
is
special meaning
right?
within scientific culture, sir. I think this is what the man's
Okay,
saying.
I know what I would actually say. I would say, right, that.
So
that
he's not
there now-
using the word
no,
theory
no,
in
no,
a
if I
general
may say
sense.
something-
He's using it in a scientific sense.
All right,
thought
no,
you-
no, well, let me speak then, right? Before you try to dominate. Everybody, know, right? I think the common knowledge is, right, that a theory is something, right, that comes from a thought. Right, that you develop.
That's what the scientific.
Right. No, stick up.
Here you are.
No.
Can I
if I may-
correct you?
no,
What you're saying here is wrong.
No, may I continue?
You are embarrassing
No,
yourself on
no,
camera.
no, I'm not
Let
embarrassed.
me correct
no,
you.
No, let me speak.
All right, continue
Now,
to be
what I'm
wrong
just
on
saying.
camera.
Now, so therefore, of course, as we know, we have different levels of the meaning of a word.
Yes.
Indeed.
Right, so it's
Right?
levels of
All right, there we
So
go.
let's get the dictionary out. Let's Google
No,
it.
excuse me. 1 second. Right? Again, no rudeness.
1 second, okay.
No rudeness,
just a
my
heckler.
friend. Right, oh, you're into heckling. Oh,
No, he's
all
a heckler.
Yeah, okay, no
Carry on,
problem.
sir.
Right? So all I'm saying is that from common knowledge as your average person, without becoming too intellectually abstract.
As long as we're not
Right.
intellectual, then he's
No,
right.
no,
Got it.
overly abstract. Overly abstract, whereby we lose the actual meaning and we lose our grip of reality. So therefore, a theory, is something.
Words have many different kinds of meanings, sir.
Yes,
One word can have
And
many
in
kinds
science,
of
it
meanings.
means something very different than what you're
Yeah,
talking
he's
about.
talking about it in a conversation.
One word.
No, I'm talking about. No, I'm just talking about as a. As as in we are speaking English. Within the English language, right?
Oh, you're an
Okay.
expert on the English language. Okay.
Yes, I am indeed, sir,
Oh, you
because
are?
I'm a
Okay,
natural
well,
English
well,
speaker.
we
And I'm well
We
educated.
bind to your expertise.
No, hear what now?
He's heckling and he ruins the
I'm
conversation.
not
Okay,
heckling, sir. I'm
all
trying to
right,
finish his
Because
education.
we all speak English,
Just ignore the heckler.
right? Yes, we all
And
speak
you're just a
English.
pretend racist,
Right? No,
my
right. So we are all speaking the English language that people have a common understanding of.
A consensual.
Yes,
You're just going to dominate while accusing me of dominating, right?
Right. So,
Now, I'm
so-
going to speak now
no,
because I'm
I
going to tell you
am
what a
not-
theory actually is.
No, you have your theory.
No, I don't
No,
have
you
my
your
theory.
You have your theory. Let me speak now. Right? Yeah,
You've been
yeah,
speaking
because
for
I'm
10
gonna
minutes.
dominate.
Everything you've said is wrong.
Enough, man.
No, hear what that. Right, sorry about that.
Let's hear the other side of the
No,
argument.
because you have long time to speak, and I'm speaking. Okay, all right. And I
Okay,
haven't
switch
got
the
to my
camera
point,
off.
right? Because guess what, right?
Switch your
you
camera
white,
off.
right? You get your heckling. Right? No, my brother ain't gonna switch out the camera off, white man. So easier said. All right, now, so all I'm saying is now, so everybody have their theory, their view, their worldview.
Except that
Okay.
that's not the context that we're talking about when we're talking about a scientific theory, which is very different. A scientific theory is, in a colloquial sense, when a hypothesis has been effectively proven by being vindicated by an overwhelming preponderance of evidence beyond reasonable doubt. So the hypothesis graduates to the level of theory, which is the highest level of confidence one can have. So we have atomic theory. Do you have your atomic theory and I have mine? Is that what you're saying? Or is there only one atomic theory?
All right, so are you asking me the questions, a rhetorical question or a direct question?
It is I want you to understand what theory actually is,
Are
because
you,
it's not
are
what
you
you said.
actually asking me a question? Okay, so therefore, right, you have certain things such as, let me give you a perfect example, right, whereby people disagree with what is known as a theory.
Boring.
You may well have, right, a Marxist theory, okay? Marx
We're talking
has
about
his own-
scientific
right,
theory.
right, right, right.
Not political
No,
theory.
no. Yeah,
There's
but
mathematic
Marx,
theory.
But Marx would also say that that his
editor,
theory
can you edit,
is scientific.
No, he
Scientific.
wouldn't. No, he
Scientific.
wouldn't. No, he would
solutions.
not.
Scientific
It doesn't matter. It
solutions.
wouldn't matter if he did, because it's not.
So therefore,
Political
what I'm saying
theory is not mathematic theory, which is not scientific theory, which is not a
Okay.
blind guess. Okay, so we're talking about scientific
But
theory.
he had nevertheless his theory of social and human development.
Relevance.
Okay. Yes, indeed. So what I'm trying to say, the relevance being is this, right? There are many people, right, who would therefore disagree with Marxist theory.
Okay, fine, but Marxist
Okay,
theory
right.
is a political theory, not a scientific theory. A scientific theory, for example, would be atomic theory. Do you accept atomic theory as fact?
Well, you got the nuclear bomb, haven't you?
So you would say that it is a fact. Atoms exist, right? Atomic theory is the proposition that all matter is divided or can be broken down into atoms. That is correct. Yes, that is a fact, right? Because that is a theory being presented as a fact.
there's a theory that has been just demonstrated as being
Exactly. Evolution is the same thing.
true. And what I through the fossil record.
Not just through the fossil record, through myriad means.
Right. Is it the theory of the missing link? That's on discredited theory.
There's no such thing as a theory of a missing
No,
link.
So this missing link concept, or if you want to call it ideology,
It hasn't been missing for 40 years.
All right. So there is no such thing as the missing link.
No, it's not missing anymore.
Right. And what is the link then?
Australopithecus afarensis was predicted by Darwin and discovered by, what's his name? I forget now, but in 1974 it was discovered. It was the first of hundreds of that species, which is just one of dozens of similar species.
And indeed, just as I do enter into the conversation with you, right, not being a Philistine or a man that doesn't appreciate, right, somebody's talking sense, right? Where did the missing link come from then?
Where did the missing link come from?
Yeah, because that was a theory. That was a theory.
There was no theory of a missing link.
There was never.
No, there was no.
So there's no such thing as the missing link.
There's an evolution theory of evolution, and within that are a number of
There was
hypotheses
something
and
called the
such.
missing link.
Okay, so the missing link is not a theory. Was never a theory.
Right. Oh, so it didn't exist.
No, I said it was never a theory.
All right. So what was it then?
Because a theory is a hypothesis that has been shown to be true,
I've got that.
All right.
Without the lecture, right? So what would you describe the missing theory as?
There's no missing
the missing
theory.
link. Sorry, the missing link as? What do you describe that as? Because it's something that existed within the minds of many people.
Within the minds?
Of many people.
What do you mean existed within the minds?
As in, like, they believed in it.
If you
as they believed in it. No. As they believed in it. Right, that's simple.
No.
Many people believe. Right.
What's
the
that?
missing link. What?
It has been found in 1974. Australopithecus afarensis has been found. What? Yes, it has been found in 1974. Yeah, your information is obviously wrong. Look up Australopithecus afarensis. I don't believe that because I can prove it's wrong. If I can prove something wrong, then I'm not going to believe it.
It could be proved wrong. Why would the BBC?
I said, I've studied Darwin, right? Darwin made the prediction about what he was expecting about something that would meet the traits roughly halfway. Thank you very much. Anyway, Darwin made
Why
predictions.
would the BBC claim it hasn't been found if you can prove it?
I can't hear him. What am I hustling?
But the question is, if you have found the solution,
What's
why
that?
would the BBC lie to us?
What's that?
Why would the BBC claim it hasn't been found if you have found the answer?
The link that Darwin had predicted was discovered in 1974. The BBC reported on it then that it had been discovered. Worldwide News, yes, Worldwide News admitted that it had been discovered in 1974. So now you may have some popular opinion piece that says otherwise, but that doesn't matter because the science all says that it has been discovered 40 years ago.
What side?
Anthropology?
Well, you need to source your scientists, right?
Okay.
Who found it? Who discovered it?
Who was the scientist? I can't remember off the top of my head. Nobody else knows. Fuck.
This is getting weird.
Okay, so I'm going to have to, on camera, I'm going to have to look up
That's why we have Google.
Australopithecus afarensis.
You're the one who, by the way, to begin with, started telling us how you should base it on facts.
Right.
Whereas
And
the
I'm
BBC
sticking to that
was-
because I can show it.
Okay, absolutely.
Aaron, would you be happy to speak to an answers and Genesis professor, professor of?
That would be a bucket of chuckles.
Yeah, would you have? You might have seen the video we had it on recently, and it went viral. Three creationist professors debunk evolution. You might have seen it.
And yet the scientific community still doesn't know about it.
Well, still would you be happy to chat to him?
Don't you think it's strange the scientific community still doesn't know about that?
About what? That
We can
video?
still demonstrate evolution. We have hundreds of
Well, you
articles.
should speak to him
We
because
actually
he
have
got-
thousands of articles on evolution.
Well,
in-
they put some dinosaur bones through the carbon dating, and they didn't want to do it at first. They were saying, no, there's no way we want to do.
Carbon date dinosaurs.
Well, whatever the dating was, I'm not a scientist, but they put it through and they found it was
I know
much,
that
it
Answers in
wasn't
Genesis
millions of
likes
years.
to use carbon because you can't get a reliable reading. Carbon dating is only up to 50,000 years, and you're going to get wild readings if you get too far into that.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't use it on dinosaurs.
Yeah, but you know that I'm not a scientist. I would
Yeah,
know.
but I know Answers in Genesis aren't scientists either.
Well,
But that's why they use bogus means.
Well, he is a
Would you like me
scientist.
to prove evolution to your satisfaction?
Well, let me get.
I'm serious.
Yeah, you can prove. Yeah, you can come and prove.
I can.
We get Fowler as well. Yeah, we'll get you a doctor as well, who a respiratory doctor. But yeah, I can't talk to you about the bio. I could talk to you about morality. I could talk to you about those different kind of things.
You're interested in science, sir. These arguments go on for many generations.
Okay, we've got to. This is. Yeah, well, this.
Come take over everything from your government. Come, man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV.
This is if you want to prove evolution, this is a man who's a respiratory doctor.
All right.
At which hospital?
Yeah, if he's willing to go through the register to do that, yeah.
So the I studied 12 years. I studied to qualify in medicine as a respiratory doctor. Out of 12 years, 3 years I studied fully about the lungs or breathing. So the way in which our breathing apparatus functions